Joining us as she does on a Monday is the member for Monaro, Nicole Overall. Good morning, Nicole.
Good morning, Stephen, and I hope everybody had a pleasant Father's Day yesterday.
Indeed. You had a big weekend by the sounds of things.
I did have a little bit of a big weekend, yes. A little bit sore this morning, but very happy to say that we won our grand final in the Capital Football 2022 Championship this year. So we took out the cup against ANU 2-1. So a tough game, and they certainly didn't make it easy for us, and I'm feeling it this morning. But very happy about that, and a big congratulations to my team. It was an awesome game.
You'll be fine. Now, Federal Nationals leader David Littleproud...
Thanks for the sympathy there.
You can hear it in my voice, could you? David Littleproud, the Federal Nationals leader, was obviously in Canberra last week for Albo's Jobbapalooza, but he made a visit to Monaro as well.
He did indeed. He came over on Thursday night to Walsh's Hotel, and we had a few people there to say hello to him and be a part of all of that. And it was great to have him over here. And I think he's doing a tremendous job in difficult circumstances, obviously, on the other side of the benches now, but very, very supportive of me and what I'm doing, and I very much appreciate his time coming over and saying hello to Monaro locals.
One of the things he did say on Thursday night, and look, my criticism was that he went to Albo's Jobbapalooza, and his view was that somebody had to represent regional Australia, but coming away from it, it sounds like he achieved nothing and didn't expect to, because all it was a talk fest like we all thought it was going to be.
Yeah, look, and I think he was very upfront about that both before and during the event itself. And I don't think he ever expected to be making a difference to it. But as he said, it was more important to be there, to know what was going on, to have that seat at the table, and to be aware of what they claim that they're going to be doing and what they are not doing. And as David Littleproud had pointed out on numerous occasions, what they're not doing is paying anywhere near enough attention, or any attention at all, really, to those living in regional rural areas. Now, that's what his job is as the federal leader of the Nationals Party, and that's what my job is here in Monaro, making sure that particularly our smaller communities don't get lost in the crowd, don't fall through the cracks, that our voices are still being heard. And I think David Littleproud is doing a very good job of that federally, and I hope I'm doing a good job of it here in Monaro as well.
Speaking of which, you've been endorsed again to run as the Nationals candidate at the general election in March. How different is this going to be from the by-election, do you think?
Oh, look, obviously it's going to be hugely different. So, yes, that took place yesterday afternoon. So hopefully, 2 wins in one day has to be a good sign. But was re-endorsed by the party, yes, unanimously, which is lovely to know. And that's how our grassroots membership operates. Even if you are the incumbent, you still have to go back and present your case and make sure that they want you to continue in the job. And fortunately, they do want me to continue in the job. But obviously, a by-election, all of the attention on the 4 seats, including mine, that were there back in February. You have the whole National Party out there to back you and be part of that when that occurs. I'm going to be up there with all of my colleagues, both Nationals and Liberals, come March. So there's a lot more to it. There's a lot more that I need to be doing, a lot more support that I need to be encouraging, and people rallying around me so that I can hopefully continue to hold this great seat. And if I've been showing what I can do in 6 months and then 12 months when we get to the election, and hopefully secure a full term, and what I can and will be doing with a full year, 4-year term.
Now, I believe you're going to be running against Kenrick Winchester, the Mayor of Queanbeyan, is the Labor candidate, is that right?
Well, look, that's the news that's been going around over the last week. Apparently, he has been pre-selected as the Labor candidate to run against me. So I haven't seen anything on that in print, or this is the first mention from a media point of view, but that's the word that's around the streets, yes. Okay.
Now, you've got a number of ministers visiting you this week. Sam Farraway, Ben Franklin, my old mate Anthony Roberts will be in town, Natasha McLaren-Jones, Bronnie Taylor's always around, but it's going to be a busy week.
It is going to be a busy week, and it's very nice that all of these ministers want to come and visit. It's making it a little bit difficult to get as much work done as I'd like to. But, yep, today Sam's in town with a really exciting announcement, Sam Farraway, Minister for Roads and Regional Transport, and we're announcing the New South Wales Government, New South Wales Transport for New South Wales, I should say, trip planner, which is allowing users of our bus services, both the public transport and school services, to have real-time data at their fingertips to let them know where their bus is, when it's going to be arriving, how full it is. So a really exciting initiative on that we're announcing today. Tomorrow with Ben Franklin in his guise as the Minister for Youth, we're announcing a new regional youth program. Anthony Roberts, I think we're talking about what we're doing to assist with the stress and strain of accommodation and housing at the moment, and how we can better help councils do their job to assist in the provision of housing. Bronnie, as you say, is around all the time, and it's always fantastic to be with her, so I'm going for a visit down south with Bronnie and Natasha McLaren-Jones, calling over on Friday afternoon. She just sent me a message last night to say she's over, so looking forward to having her here as well. There'll be no time, it'll be a whirlwind week.
Indeed. Although you have had time to announce, you've been talking to the Department of Education about upgrades and more space for Bungendore Public School. You've had some success there?
Yes, very excited to say, and thank you very much for that reminder as well. So people will know that we talked about that last week, that I went to the department to say that there were concerns from some of the parents at Bungendore Public School about the temporary arrangements that we need to be able to progress our brand new $71 million high school out there. I've requested that they do the work that the school needed to have done, and that is the public school needed to have done, in order to free up some additional areas that the kids would be able to access during their recess and lunch times, and I've been successful in that. So the Department of Education has agreed to do those things that we put forward. There's a couple of other things that I'm working on as well, more broadly in that school precinct, that I've got to go to, in fact, Sam Farraway, having conversations with him about, including, some more pedestrian-friendly crossings for our kids and their parents. So I'm working through those, but big success on getting the extra space for the Bungendore Public School. And one thing I would point out there as well, Stephen, there was, again, misinformation being circulated that the Bungendore Public School P&C were not in favour of the high school. That is absolutely untrue. I've had numerous meetings from the end of last week and over the weekend with the president of the P&C. They are very supportive of the high school. They're very supportive of me continuing to do all I can to assist them, and they're backing me and helping me do all of that as well. So needing to clear up too much of the misinformation that's been spread.
Yeah, well said. Nicole, good to talk to you. We'll catch up again next week.
Thanks so much, Stephen.
All the best. Nicole Overall,